Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So, I kind of talked yesterday about having a cold. Praise God it was gone, whatever that was. I'm inclined to say allergies. We need to change the filter in the house. But yay, I was on my game today. I also talked about my hand hurting, and my hand is still hurting, but mystery solved. I feel like the mystery is solved. And what it is that ever since I got that traffic ticket, if you followed me, you might know. Yeah, that was a huge consequence. $450, 12 hours. It took me 12 hours, I'm serious, to complete that online traffic school. And a part of it is because I'm just so attentive. I want to read every single word and da-da-da. And anyway, it was a lot. It was a lot. But along with that is this. And what it is that I've been using, don't tell me. Oh my gosh, isn't that hilarious? I want to say traffic control. What's it called when you control the way you're driving automatically? Cruise control. Yes, I've been using cruise control, okay? So a lot of the times when I'm driving, I use this hand, and there's a little button that goes up and down in terms of how fast you're going. And then at the same time, most of the time, because I drive 100 miles a day, I'm eating my piece of fruit or whatever. And so I'm really controlling with this hand. And I realize it's a new movement for my thumb. It's a new movement for this hand. And much like, what is it called when you have to wear those little protectors and stuff? Not chronic fatigue, though it feels like that for my hand. I know you guys know. The repetitive movement that starts to get you. It'll come to me. But anyway, that's what's going down. I'm quite certain. Quite certain. So I'm going to have to think about that. I'm praying about it. It just came to me on the way home. When I was like, wait, ouch, ooh, wait a minute, cruise control. But it is technically protecting me from another ticket, which I hadn't had a ticket in over 30 years. And now I'm all panicked. I'm going to trust that none of that energy will gravitate towards me again for another 30 years, which I will still be on the planet, as we know, since I'm only at the halfway mark of my life. All right, so this is a really good one. As usual, I'm choosing it from For Today, which is part of the literature for Overeaters Anonymous, and it actually is for today. It doesn't matter when you hear this, but it happens to be January 24th. And it always starts with a quote, then a reflection, and then basically what you can turn into an affirmation. So it reads, every man has his own courage, but is betrayed because he seeks in himself the courage of other persons. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a favorite of mine. He is so brilliant. But yeah, you have your own courage, but then you betray yourself because you're seeking somebody else's courage, right? Let's get into it. Other people always seemed better than me, more confident, more at ease, better able to deal with life's problems. I only knew how I felt and how others looked. That is so today, isn't it? With the selfie, time where everybody is constantly projecting this much of an image and not the rest of their reality. So yeah, people seem confident. They seem like their life is great. But if we zoom out of the selfie, the reality is very much there. So I knew how I felt and how others looked. I'm not really insecure that way. I tend to compare myself with myself, and even like with God and stuff, like what I think his expectation is of me. I'm sure he's not as hard on me as I am. But not too much. I don't look out that much, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge. When I'm feeling insecure regarding my food or certainly my weight, most people will compare themselves and say, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful in that outfit. And and for me, I just go zombie. I mean, I just stopped seeing anything. I stopped seeing myself in the mirror, even though I've seemingly just looked in the mirror to fix my head and my hair or wash my face or whatever. I stopped seeing my body, literally, which is why I just came to after a couple months ago of putting on weight, and suddenly came to and said, wait, what happened? Who changed the channel? I missed that episode. Anyway, it says, when I came to Overeaters Anonymous, again, it may be whatever is your strength, whatever your program is, wherever you heard your aha moment. When I came to Overeaters Anonymous, I heard, don't compare your inside with someone else's outside. Let's say that again. Don't compare your inside with somebody else's outside. That's one of them. And another great one is, God does not make junk. And of course, I've said that many times, and I have to remind myself of that as well. But God does not make junk. So presumably, if you were created and you're on the planet, you're worth it. All right. So it says, each time I am aware of the tendency to put myself down, I affirm and follow through on my belief that I deserve the same credit I give to others. That's so worthy of practicing, right? Yeah, like, would you really treat your best friend that way? Would you treat your mother that way? Would you treat, can you fake it till you make it in terms of self-acceptance? And by you, I mean me. Yeah, I so get that. I so get that. And then it says, I treat myself as I would treat someone that I love and respect. When I was little and a bratty teenager, there was this person that I was very fond of, and she was kind of like a mother figure to me, but I had my mother. I was just a bitter teenager because my parents were getting divorced, and I was angry and hurt and everything else. And when I was with my mom, she would say, do you think you can maybe treat me the way you treat so-and-so? And then me being a smart aleck, I would say, as soon as you start acting like her, I will. Oh, bam. Luckily, my mother and I are good friends today. We're good friends today. Me and my mother, I should say, right? We're good friends today, but man, those were some rough years. Oh my. Okay, and then it reads, this is kind of the affirmation, liking myself as God does opens new doors, evokes a new spirit that gives me courage, makes room for true humility. I have to check myself all the time on humility, that it's not a false sense of being humbled. I am so humbled when people like praise me for stuff. I'm just like, wait, what? Who are they talking about? And I'm not kidding. I'm not faking it. Like, oh my gosh, the other day my husband literally just went into this litany about how fond he is of me and how special I am, and how I'm like one of the greatest people he's ever known. And I was just like it's hard for me. And it's so sad, but it's because the kindness and acceptance doesn't match what I was raised with. And again, I don't blame my belly button family. This is something that I have to work to overcome, but I kind of came in, I perceived the things around me as saying that I was not enough, that I was less than. Was that projected to me? Maybe at times, but not to the degree that I embraced it. And it's really been a lifetime of letting things like that go. So I try really hard to just let people be kind, to maybe sit with it. Because I'm really blessed. People are so good to me. But yeah, it's still not comfortable. Isn't that so sad? It's really sad in a way. Okay, let's go back. There's a lot in here. Let's go with the clean copy. Are you guys ready? Every man has his own courage, but is betrayed because he seeks in himself the courage of other people. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Other people always seemed better than me, more confident, more at ease, better able to deal with life's problems. I only knew how I felt and how others looked. When I came to OA, I heard, don't compare yourself inside with someone else's outside. And God doesn't make junk. Each time I am aware of the tendency to put myself down, I affirm and follow through on my belief that I deserve the same credit I give to others. I treat myself as I would treat someone I love and respect. For today, liking myself as God does opens new doors, evokes a new spirit that gives me courage, and makes room for true humility. I love the idea. I love the idea of that. Yeah, it's sad because I get into this terrible mindset. And even though I'm performing, I'm literally performing. I mean, I'm teaching, I'm going through the thing, and in my head, I am just putting myself down so much. It's really sad. And I catch it. I know people are trying to teach me to turn it around in the moment. If you're about to say, you're such a fill in the blank, beautiful individual. God, I can't believe it. What a precious child of God. and after I've said the negative 1,500 times, I do fill in that and go, let's do a little more of that. Help me out, people. Is this my own struggle? Are you with me? Let's get well together. All right, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.